On December 3rd, we got married at a beautiful chapel in Oahu. Our wedding, everything leading up to it, and everything that followed was so perfect, so blissful, and so far exceeded my expectations that I nearly had to pinch myself to make sure that it was real. Exactly 2 years to the day of our first date, and exactly 1 year since the date of our engagement, Yuka and I officially began our long journey of eternal happiness. Shortly after the wedding, we officially moved into our first apartment. It was on the second floor of a maisonette apartment. As soon as we stepped foot in this place, we knew this was where we wanted to start our married life. As amazing as our Hawaiian wedding was, it was not our honeymoon. Instead, we opted to wait a year so that we could both take extended time off from work. The destination we chose was Europe. Specifically, Germany, Switzerland, and France. It was a true adventure, learning to send a package from Paris, shouting out bonjour when I meant to say merci, being easy targets for pickpockets and panhandlers. But we got to see the world together, and I had the time of my life. By this point in our marriage, people were asking the question, when are you going to have kids? It wasn't that we didn't want any. Despite our best efforts, we were struggling to conceive. And that took an emotional toll on both of us. We sought the help of doctors and even sought spiritual help, visiting fertility shrines and temples from all over Japan. And to help distract us from the monthly disappointments we faced, we traveled to Guam. It wasn't Hawaii, but it was so much closer. And we loved it so much that we vowed to make it a regular thing. This was a year of changes. First, we moved from Okayama to the Tokyo area. Our company was kind enough to allow both of us to transfer together. For that, we are indebted. We had a whole new city to explore, places to see, and things to do. And the other big change? After nearly 2 years of trying, we were finally going to have our first baby. We were overjoyed. Throughout those difficult years of infertility, we stuck together and never stopped trying. The whole experience had brought us closer and helped strengthen our bond. The due date came and went, and it was pretty clear that Mina just wanted to stay in your tummy. You ended up being in labor for nearly 30 hours. But at the end of the day, we were rewarded with the most beautiful girl ever. Mina took over our lives. She was so needy, which caused us to have lots of sleepless nights.
Such a good mood right now.
We also made all the mistakes first-time parents often make, like buying baby goods that we didn't really need, panicking over anything and everything, giving her food that she wasn't ready for,
What's the matter?
and vomiting. Lots of vomiting. We also used this year while you were on maternity leave to take lots of vacations. Nikko, Kyoto, Kusatsu. But seeing Mina was like seeing a miniature version of you. Cute, clever, playful, and stubborn. You also showed me a side of you that I had never seen before. You spoke English to her all the time, and until then, we had only ever communicated in Japanese. I never knew you were so good at English. It takes a strong-willed, smart, and motivated person to attempt to speak to their child in a second language. And thanks to your efforts, we were able to give the gift of the English language to our little girl. I can't thank you enough for choosing this path for our family. Mina started going to daycare. She had serious separation anxiety. Those first few weeks were so hard. Seeing her cry, begging us not to leave, clinging to our legs. She also got sick. A lot. Fortunately, after a few months, things started to improve. We also took Mina to Guam during Golden Week. Same island, but a totally different experience with a 1-year-old. You also went back to work. I know that juggling work and rushing home to pick up Mina from daycare was not easy. But you never complained and always welcomed me home with a smile. Oh yeah, and later that year, we were elated to find out that you were pregnant with our second child. As the due date approached, we got concerning news about Tato. He was smaller than normal, and we needed to move to a bigger hospital for the remainder of your pregnancy. After months of worry and fearing the worst, Tato was finally born. A bit small, but beautiful nevertheless. You cried when you first held him in your hands. And you cried again when Mina came to visit you later that day. We also experienced another big change. We purchased our new home. We moved to a new city with our 2 kids in tow. A perfect place to raise a family. Doctors had warned us that Tato's development was delayed. We decided that the best thing we could do was to never compare him to other kids and to love him for who he is. Your positivity and poise really gave me so much courage. We seeked out the help of experts, trained with him at home, and most importantly, never stopped believing in him. Tato continues to warm our hearts with his glowing smile and captivating charm. We took a third trip to Guam at the beginning of the year.
Here we are. This is the
second day of Guam. It's a beautiful, beautiful ocean. Look, you guys are matching, yeah? It was the perfect time to go abroad because in a matter of weeks, the borders would close due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The world changed for the worse, and these circumstances forced us inside our home. But for our family, this ended up being a blessing in disguise. Tato took his first few steps,
Nice.
which soon turned into many more steps. We got to spend every waking hour together. And it led to another big decision that had been stewing in my mind. We're going to be starting a YouTube channel. When I first approached you about starting a YouTube channel, you were reluctant. But after I explained to you that this would bring our family closer and secure lasting memories with the kids, you agreed. You believed in me. You believed in us. And that meant the world to me. When we got the positive pregnancy test for our third child, we were ecstatic. Having 3 children was something that I'd always wished for, but didn't think was possible. But just as soon as the gift was given to us, it was taken away. Infertility was tough, but to have life taken away like that was heartbreaking. As with any obstacle that we'd faced, we got through it by being there for each other. And only 2 months after receiving the gut-wrenching news, we were blessed with another chance. But just like the first and second births, this one didn't go as planned. We were both worried, and understandably so. The 3 weeks in the hospital, without any visitation, must have felt so lonely. So scary. But you did it for Riley and the family. And just as you promised, you came home safe and sound, along with a beautiful new baby. Words can't express how thankful I am. I said during my wedding speech that I would do everything in my power to make you happy. But the truth is, you made me more happy than I ever thought was possible. Every year on December 3rd, I gave to you a single rose as a reaffirmation of my love and to show you my appreciation for being my wife and mother to my children. We decided on this on our very first anniversary because it was symbolic of what a successful marriage should look like. It's a consistent, steady love. While beautiful by itself, with each passing year, it grows even more beautiful. And one day, we look back on all of those great years, and we notice that the roses have grown into a beautiful bouquet. This beautiful bouquet represents our love that has built up over 10 years. Thank you for being my soulmate, my strength, my everything. I look forward to what the next 10 years has in store for us.